I haven't been on here for a couple days. It was new moon yesterday. This also goes onto my YouTube, so as everyone gets to know me and what I do on here, you can find any lives that I do on YouTube as long as they download. I think the last one I did wouldn't download. Welcome. So we're going to talk about doorways. We're going to talk about some of the dragon card energy that's coming out, and we're going to pull some wild woman cards for your destiny. So there's a lot of energy that happened last night, today, all as we're shifting into August 8th. So there's some major shifts coming up for everyone if you're willing to step into your creative space. I always say you never have to, but if you follow the signs that are coming through, then you can see what's happening, because right now we're in this Ace of Cup energy. This one flew right out. So we're being offered this grand emotional gift, this shifting, this stirring of our soul. And so it's been happening for the last few weeks. We've been feeling it. It's been all of my reads. But right now there's a great big change coming up. There's a story I'm going to show you soon too. We've been feeling like we've had to hone our skills. We've been feeling like we can't really be in community as much as we like. And so there's been kind of, not a huge battle, but struggle. There's been some struggle going on. And what we've really been desiring is this moving forward energy. And can you see this beautiful white and gold dragon? So this moving forward energy is what happened yesterday when the new moon energy hit. And now we're stepping into this last stage of summer. And I always like to say fall is like a whole new area of our life. And we're ready to create. We're ready to creatively create, tangibly change our position on the planet, whether that's money, whether that's career, whether that's family, fertility, whatever it is for you. You are creating something new, not just in our heads where we are freaking awesome at doing it, but not at engaging. And so this is totally time for execution in our creative spaces. I'm going to tell you this little story, and then if anyone would like a particular card pulled, you are welcome to do that. I can pull a card for you. So I don't know if you can see these cards, but these are fascinating cards because they're clear. So what we've been doing is we've been sitting in this 10 of Swords space. I have no idea why the dragons want me to show you these cards today because they're harder to see. But I'm going to play the story out for you. So we've been in this 10 of Swords space where we felt like we're stabbing ourselves in the back, someone is stabbing us in the back, something's going on in our life that we've felt drained, done, ready to stop, not move on. But we've persevered, and so you've made it this far. You've made it to this stage that you're ready to move on. So when you get to a 10 in tarot, that means there's a new journey starting. So you did it. I'm applauding you. It has been hard. This is a confirmation. It's been shitty. That's okay. It's time for a shift, because what we're really desiring is a whole new change. We want this 10 of Cups feeling. We want to claim what is ours. We desire this change for more. So that's great. That's great. What do we do about it? Well, first stage is an offering. And this is twofold. And this is where I'd like to say, as healers, as spiritual people, we kind of miss this piece. So we are to offer ourselves. And a lot of times that's scary, right? Offering ourselves and giving something. But we're also to receive. But this is really saying you do have something to offer. So you've got to get out of this state where you think you don't. The world has 7 billion plus people. You have something to offer. The world needs you. So first stage is figuring out where your wisdom is. So this is High Priestess. So we just got through the new moon, right? Best way to show this new moon. And there is some wisdom that came down. If you didn't do anything yesterday, or you're not a new moon follower, or whatever, that's fine. It's still the energy that's there. So now's the time to go deep within, find your personal book of knowledge, and start seeing what it is you want to offer. A lot of you already know. Sorry, it's really hard to show. I am not sure why the dragons wanted this. I think it's just to show the amazingness of how these cards work and tell a story. So find the book you're meant to offer, and then what happens is you realize that you've had it all along. You've always been the magician. You've worked hard. You have skills to offer. You've gone through the shadow side. You have fire. You have purity. You have spirit. You have things to give the world. Can you see how it goes straight through you? You do have things to offer. The world is shifting for you. All you have to do, and here's the final piece of the story, is take up your wand, trust your spirit, and move forward. Well, that is a pretty beautiful read, right? This is the Transparency Tarot if you've never seen it before, but if you missed it and you're wondering what I'm talking about, it will be on my YouTube page. But this is the story. You're ready. You are so ready to move forward. What do the dragons have to say about that Transparency Tarot? If you didn't see it and you missed it, it's just saying you're ready to move forward. It's been scary, but you have something to offer the world. Take up your wand and move forward. Because here, you might feel like a novice. This is a young dragon, but can you see the power in that dragon? So part of how you step out is you step out. That's what you do. You take a chance, you step out, and you start sharing your fire with other people. You realize that what you really have is you want to line up your emotions. You want to feel grounded. You need to go from this space of truth in your belly that says, I am so ready for this. And look at, we have 2 pages today. So offer what's in your spirit. And know that all these new thoughts that are coming forth are from spirit. You are supported. There's some new creative thoughts that are coming forward for you. Yes, it's time to move forward. It is time to go. I'm going to pull a couple divine doorways for us in this lab. It's the cutest little deck. And all these little doorways. And so I'm going to pull some doorways for us and just see as we're stepping past this new moon into this creative space. There's a big masculine emperor type of energy with Empress, because Emperor is the yes, I'll do this. Yes, I am worthy to do this. Yes, the world is ready for me. And Empress comes along with her soft side and says, and I will create. I will create that which I am called to create. So let's see what doorways are coming up for you. Isn't that a beautiful doorway? This one's called offerings. And so if you're saying, should I offer myself to the world? Do I have things to offer? Yes. Yes, you do. I am supposed to pull 3 more doors. This one is heart healing. So you have a heart healing to offer and you have a heart to heal a little bit. So some of you are still struggling with putting your creativity into the world. Some of you still don't know that you're worthy. Some still don't know if you can get past your nerves or if the world really needs what you have, because so many other people are doing the same thing. No one's doing the same thing because no one is you. So that's just a little bit of heart healing for you. Know that your heart is uniquely yours. And so that piece of energy that goes out into the world, I don't care if you're doing the same Reiki. I don't care if you're doing the same massage. I don't care if you're the same mechanic. I don't care, whatever. You have a mission out there. Your heart heals and your heart needs to be healed so you get out there, because there is no one else that's uniquely you. You have something to offer. 2 more doorways want to come out. So you've been offering, you've been in this tunnel. You've been in this journey called getting your skills in silence. You haven't offered yourself at a level that you need to, but that's okay. You've taken the time, you've honed the skill, you've decided, or you feel inside what you want. Maybe you have lifetimes of this, but now it's time. It's time to get out. It's time to, shocking, the next doorway, trust your intuition. It's time for you to open the door of your intuition, step out, and show the world what you have to offer. And then the final doorway. So can you see this? If you trust your intuition and you open that door and you step out into how the world needs you, This does not mean you have to be Oprah on the stage like she has done. This means there are someone, hi, in your piece of the world that needs you. And when you open your intuitive doorway, you are in this lush, beautiful land of Three of Cups. And this Three of Cups doorway says there will be people, there will be offerings, there are gatherings, there is, even if it's in a small group of 2 or 3, you have something to offer. It's definitely been the message today that we keep ourselves small and it's time to step out. Okay, I called this Dragons, Doorways, and Destiny because, hi from Canada. I am doing readings today about stepping out into your destiny. So we were talking about how the dragons wanted me to pull these cards that said what we do is we keep ourselves small. And the energy since yesterday and the new moon and a couple days before that has been creativity. And so I'm pulling cards around stepping out. And so I just pulled out the Destiny cards. Actually, they're the Wild Woman cards. But I was told by the dragons to pull these today. So if you would like a 1-card pull, I can do that for you. And I can also pull you one of these Destiny cards. And I can pull you a Doorway card. So tell me if you would like a word of where you're stepping into your destiny. If you want a dragon card from the tarot or you would like a doorway, I can do that for you. So dragons, doorways, destiny. What would you like? Would you like a doorway, a dragon tarot, or a destiny card? Or do you want me to pick? Up to you guys. Do whatever you would like. So I'm going to pull. Yeah. Medina, here's your destiny card. So these cards are beautiful. Ooh. So you got, I can pick, but first this is for Medina. This is your heartbeat. And so if I'm pulling for someone else, but a card comes up and you're like, oh my God, I resonate with that, then it's yours too. So here's the heartbeat card. And the heartbeat in this celestial being out in the world means you've felt it. You've felt this beating of your heart and you know where you're meant to travel. You know where you're meant to journey. And what we do is we get up here and we don't trust our own heartbeat because that's where our intuition is. So just remember that what you're feeling is true. The intuition you're getting is right and you're supposed to move forward. Can I pick? You bet I can pick. This is for quartz. Cortizel? Is that what your handle is? I'm going to pull you a doorway and a dragon is what I'm being told. So here you go. I don't know anything about what you are walking through. But let's see what you have. All right, you've been working hard. There's been things in your life that you've put out there, that you've planted, and there's been some taking time to see any results. This one's saying you planted some really great things, but there's still some time needed for them to harvest. But hold strong, because what's coming is this real grounded, centered protection. So this card has a twofold meaning for you. Just hold strong. Keep yourself centered. Keep yourself strong. But also know that you are being blessed and that you are protected. You are fully protected in all corners. So that's an important thing for you. And I pulled the Nomad card for you. Would probably help if I put it the right direction. That is the right direction. So this is the Nomad Doorway. I don't know anything about you, but if you have been nomad, in this nomad feels like you're wandering and you can't find your place, then that's coming to you. If you are protected, you are guided, keep yourself grounded, and what you have planted will come to harvest. Okay, some more destiny cards for anyone that just joined. If you would like me to pull you a destiny card, which are actually these beautiful Wild Woman cards, but it kind of speaks to where you're going. I can pull you a doorway or I can pull you a dragon tarot, whichever you would like. But first, until someone asks for one, I'm going to just work through these destiny cards and we'll just see what kind of words are coming up for us as we've stepped through the new moon and we're stepping forward. So, first card is voice. Isn't she just freaking awesome? So here's something we need to know and that is coming up a lot right now during this season. Our voice is tied right down to our sacral, right? And there's so much wounding on the planet in our sacral. So what we need is to rise up and speak our voice. So there's this healing going on to speak your voice, to sing, to speak what you are, again, to offer yourself to the world. Use your voice. It is needed. I'm not doing reads right now about, like big reads about whether you'll get hired or where you're going to step in, but I can pull you a card and you can take what comes from that. I can pull you a doorway that says which way you're going. I can pull you a dragon tarot, see what the dragons have to say, or you can see what these destiny cards are saying. So if you would like me to pull one of those, I could. So your voice is saying you have experience. Can you see that? We all have experience. Everybody has, if you're alive, you have experience to offer. So there's something that you're to speak and offer your experience, because someone has not experienced what you have, or they're going through the same experience and they need you. Okay, what would you like? Would you like a card with your destiny, or from the tarot, or a doorway that you're walking through? And so what I am going to suggest for some of you is meditation. I'll put your tarot right after that. Meditation for all of us has some different connotations. So some of you are saying, I meditate all the time, or I can't meditate, both ways, and it doesn't seem to shift. Well, what this is asking us to do is so that we can share our experience and pull up our voice, is really get in that space of what you want. So your meditation could be as simple as business, success, love, whatever you want. Pick your top two and just meditate on that for 5 to 10 minutes a day. In 5, 10, 15, ideally 20, but let's not get crazy today. So you don't need to do anything other than just go in a place where maybe there's a white noise or it's quiet, and just say those 2 things, 2, 3 things that you desire, but not I am statements, none of that. For instance, mine are wealth, true love, and health. And those sound very pithy and what everyone goes for, but mine have depth to them, but that's all I need to say. Anyways, that's just a thing. I will pull you your tarot now. All right. Tarot with a focus. I think you asked about job. So this is what I'm going to get, not knowing anything about your statement, is that what's coming up for you is a whole new journey. You are ready to leap into something new. You've got some skills, you're ready to use them, and it's going to be a little bit scary, but exciting at the same time. The key for this, for you, is this Knight of Cups, is that your heart is invested in it, and you love it, and there's some joy that comes out of it for you. So emotionally, it's going to feel great. New journey, emotionally great. Feels really positive to me. So I hope that helps. Very, very positive energy towards it. If I had to say anything, if it's not this one, it's something better, because these are massive cards for stepping into something great for yourself. All right, new moon. How was everyone? How is your energy feeling? Do you feel a stirring to get creative? This does not mean, a lot of times what will happen, you're welcome, is we hear spiritual people say, it's the new moon and it's creative and this is a big opportunity and the energies will never be the same, and we feel so freaking overwhelmed because it's already been scary to step out. And I'm not negating any messages from anyone. That is not my job to do. Thank you. What I want to say to people is, well, what I don't want to say, what the dragons are saying is, you have a calling and you do it in the way that's best served for you and the people you need to step out into. There is no exact way you need to do this, but you need to start trusting that intuition. So I'm supposed to pull a doorway and then some tarot around that. So if you're watching right now, some of the doorways that are coming up right now is that you have had this distant dream. There's been this big old dream in your gut that some people don't even know you have. Like, this is your deep down into your gut space, and you will pull some creativity for you. So you felt the doors even closed on this dream because it's so big, and so you're like, what do I do? Sometimes tarot is so, or cards are so obvious. As a tarot reader, I'll laugh at them or get angry at them. So what it's saying is begin here. Begin now. This is your sign that it's time to begin. It's time to step into creativity, whatever that is for you. Do you like to take photos? Go take some photos and get creative about it. Go and do this without any thought of sharing it with anyone. And then when you see how freaking creative you are, you're going to be ready to use your voice, whether your voice is on social media showing your pictures, whether it is creating the most amazing crocheted Afghan ever. I don't know what it is for you. What is your creative space? You know, but the message is begin now. There is no better time than now. Step through the doorway and let's go. One more door is supposed to come out, so let's see what that is. I'm a messy tarot reader. A lot of tarot readers you'll see online have their cards all everywhere, and my ADHD kicks in when spirit is speaking, and by the time I'm done with you guys, I've got cards everywhere. It takes me a half hour to get through. Okay, ready? You've had this big dream, but the doors felt closed on your dream. Spirit's saying begin now, because you need to start trusting that the universe has this golden door for you. You came here to be a voice and be heard. And so your creative space means just start, just do something. There's a divine guardian waiting to guide you. Hold out your hand. I don't know what your creativity is. You do. So what I will have people say is, well, I can't draw, or I can't paint, or I'm not very creative. Or do you know what creative can be? It can be creating a class. It can be planting some flowers. It can be doing some great woodwork. I know people that their most creative space is under the hood of a car building an engine. That is not me. I couldn't build an engine for nothing, but that's their creative space. So the biggest thing I can tell you is don't let anyone else freaking tell you what your creative space is. Just go create something, and then it moves you and it gets you in this place of listening. So when you are really into a creative space, you are become this conduit for your guardians and your spirit guides and your higher self to bring something in, because you're in a place of where you want to be. Okay, dragons are telling me to be quiet and they got things to tell you. So let's see what, holy crap, tarot cards are flying everywhere. I am using my favorite tarot deck. Ooh, Justice. Beautiful, beautiful Justice cards. So you are being asked, this is a twofold card, so it depends who's listening to this. You are being asked to bring your life back into balance. Thank you. You've either been working way too hard for others and not enough for yourself. Thus, the creative space hasn't been coming in. You've been living in a state of lack and not being calling in abundance for yourself, whether that's in creativity, whether that's in love, whether that's in peace. And so a lot of stepping out for you is to keep grounded and say, I deserve this creative space. I deserve to have my voice heard. But what we tend to do, and a lot of times what will happen when we're listening to gurus or spiritual speakers, and I am very guilty of this myself when I listen, is we get this great idea and we go full force crazy on it for a day or two, a week, and then we burn out and we don't stay with it. So this is saying start entering into this creative space and get balanced. Try it out. Feel it. You know, like a new pair of shoes, walk in it for a while, and then take it off. Then do it again. And then you're going to slowly start to get yourself developed into this piece, this creative master that you were always meant to be without burning out. So remember this balance. You are strong in who you are, and bring it in. They're not done though. Oh, she is strong. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. The Queen of Wands is this powerful force. Can you see this? So she is creating things that are on fire. She is golden and fiery and ready to go, but she is not scared of her shadow piece either. So you start listening to your Queen of Wands and frickin' nothing can stop you, because what she does is has her boundaries. She knows where she's going. She's creating. She's fully in her spirit, and someone will come up and say, oh my God, that's the worst painting I've seen, or who are you to say this, or what are you doing? How dare you step out? Because people do not like it when we step into our power. And what she says is, I am me. I am me, and I am creating in my own matrix. Step aside. Well, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are to do that? Look at all the things you've done. You hurt me, you did this, and it'd be like, that's my shadow piece. We've all done that. Guess what? We're all human, but step into your fire. And then, here's something for some of you out there right now. What we tend to do, and the dragon one is not quite as strong. A lot of times, Four of Cups, as we wallow in old stories, we remember how it happened when we stepped out before and it didn't feel so good. And so what happens is you focus on, can you see how, let me really, really look at this dragon, how there's these 3 cups here, and there can either be a focus on what happened before and not seeing the new offering, or you can focus on only this one offering you're getting right now that's kind of okay, and you forget that you can go in a different direction. So just, if they're saying anything to us, it's don't wallow. Don't wallow. Get grounded and step forward. And if you're having a hard time with that, find others that can lift you up. So as you start stepping into your creativity, and as you start stepping into your Queen of Wands, and as you start getting vibrant and dynamic and knowing who you are, you're going to see the people in your life that support you and don't. So here's the simplest tool for that. They try to keep you small, they're not supporting you. If they want to fly with you and they want to see you fly, they're supporting you. It's pretty simple, right? Oh my gosh, are you ever creating? There is no bigger creative matrix than being pregnant. Jeesh. Huge. So you are creating a being within the essence of yourself. So you, Queen of Wands, everything you do right now, without any guilt attached, is part of a creative energy that's being attached to this being that chose you. Whoo! And you are creating life within that and allowing this merging of creative space. So everything you speak, everything you eat, everything you step into is part of this spell weaving of creativity in this matrix you're creating together. Pwah! Tell everybody else to quit judging, because they will never, ever be able to create what you're creating. This is a dynamic creation between 3 beings that can never be recreated. So, whew, how powerful is that? And then follow your joy. And then, oh my goodness, what's coming out for us is High Priestess. So as I'm stepping, I can feel this energy of High Priestess. So we were in Queen of Wands, who's very creative, and she's stepping out, but she also wants you to know about this High Priestess energy, male or female. High Priestess is still very more of that feminine energy because it's very based in this downloaded knowledge. So if I can say anything, you have this scroll of knowledge inside of you. You know exactly what you need to do to move forward, and no one should be able to shift these pillars of you. You have shadow, you have light. Freaking awesome. You're human, of course you do. Not everything you do is light. And how would you know what was light if you hadn't had some dark? Impossible. Impossible. How would you know? How do you know what hot is if you haven't experienced cold? You don't. So she knows. She knows. There's a lot of this new moon energy, this crescent moon we're stepping into, that says now is your time to step into your wisdom. Now is your time to call it forward. Yes. Okay, I'm supposed to pull you all 3 more dragons and some doorways, and then we'll step out with some destiny cards. I can pull you a card. If anyone wants a card, you can have a dragon tarot, you can have a destiny word, or you can have a doorway. Or you can let me pick for you. Whatever you'd like. I'm quite happy to pull anyone a card. I can't do more than 1 card readings on here because I don't have enough knowledge or anything. I do those in writing. But I am glad to pick you a card. Okay. Hannah was first, so I can pick for you, yes. I'm gonna, even though I just finished telling you you get 1, you actually get a dragon in a doorway, apparently. Oh, so you get the King of Wands. There is something stirring in your spirit right now. Let's see what doorway wants to come out for you. This freedom flows doorway. So there's something big stirring in your spirit, Hannah, that wants to come forward. And it's been stirring for a while. And if you've had any doubts if it's coming from truth or if it's something you should step into, there is no higher spiritual card than the King of Wands. He's saying yes, and if you're to step out into it, you're going to feel free. You're going to finally feel like you're ready to flow into who you were meant to be. Very big energy. Very, very, very big energy. And if you were wondering if what you're hearing is true, yes, it is. Okay, I'm sorry. If I missed whoever was after, oh, let's see. Ruth, I can pick for you. Yes. You get a destiny card, and then we'll see if that's... Let's see. Ooh, 2, actually. Ooh, this is my favorite one. This one first. There's something that's being illuminated in your life right now. So really, you might already know when I say that, but there's something in the last little bit that you've thought, you know what, that's me. I feel really resonated with that. It could be a group of people. It could be a decision you're trying to make. It needs to illuminate you. It needs to make you want to jump for joy and also feel this sense of magic. So there's a ton of magic like stirring in your life. And so watch as opportunities come in, signs happen. I don't know if you're a coins on the ground, a feather person, a spirit animal. You're going to see that your magic is starting to flow and things you touch are going to light you up and be illuminated. And the dragons want to tell you that the wheel is turning in your life. Things are shifting. Just be a part of that. You can be part of the shift. Okay, Seraphine, I can totally pull you. You get a dragon card first that wanted to fly. 2 dragon cards, apparently. Okay. So there's been a lot of thoughts in your head that have pulled you down. There have been words said to you that have really crushed you. You've felt like you've fought the good battle and it's been difficult. And do you see what's been above you this whole time though? It's like something, I don't know your story at all, but something's been hard. And the dragon is saying, well done. Well done. So you felt like it's been hard, that you haven't been able to move forward, or people have been saying things against you. Don't worry. You have spirit guides that say, well done. Well done. The world is yours and it's coming. They've seen what you've done, and so these beautiful offerings are going to come towards you. Your creative space is going to open up. Things are shifting. It might not feel like they can. They will. But you need a doorway too. So let's ask what kind of signs could come for you then. How will you know? How will you know what's coming? Okay, so for you, 2 things are coming up. Watch numbers. This is the 1111 doorway. So it doesn't have to be 1111, but numbers are going to show up for you. And these are going to be your signs. When you're thinking of something, when you're doubting, when you feel like the universe isn't hearing you, you're going to notice these number patterns coming. You might see a lot of 5s because change is coming. You might see a lot of 1s because the angels are with you. Those kind of things are happening. And the dragons want me to tell you this. This is the morning memory door. So if you felt alone, if you felt like you haven't had enough support, they're saying they have a lot of messages for you in the morning. So either go to bed at night and ask for messages and then see what comes through. And if you have time in the morning, whatever those instant thoughts, there'll be more and more and more. The first one might just be a word. This can be for anyone. So if you need something in the morning, go to bed with, I am open and ready to receive. And then see what, safely. And then see what comes for you at the night. And then what morning words will come will be slowly. So the first word you might get is joy. And you're like, huh. And then you might start getting bigger and bigger messages because spirit will be louder for you. So I hope that helps. All right. Anything else? You're welcome. I'm going to pull a couple dragons for us and see what it all... This is kind of a general read, so there's 2 cards coming out that want to say where we're all kind of stepping into in this energy. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. This has been popping up a lot. This is one of my favorite Emperor cards in... Oh, you are open in what? Be open. Be open to... Oh, I am open and ready to receive safely. Because you are not ready to receive any negativity through the night. You don't want any dark dreams. You're just open and ready to receive safely. And so those words will come in. Do you see this Emperor? Oh my gosh. You are creating a palace in your soul, and no one can move it. So when you have, you're welcome. When you have an idea or you know you're supposed to step into it, I want you to remember this Emperor. What do you think would move him away from the palace and the city of life he's created for himself? Frickin' nothing. Nothing, because he knows. And so he has set his boundaries. He has stepped into his wisdom, and someone comes along and wants to keep you small, because that's what people do. Even if they really, really love you, it's easier to keep you on their level than to move themselves forward with you. And so just remember that. Even if it comes from someone that you cannot believe isn't supporting your decision, subconsciously, a lot of people that aren't ready to move forward just want to keep you where they are. It's safe. Don't worry. You've got this. Step into your Emperor energy. Hold your boundaries strong, because whatever you are creating, if I can say anything, it's yes, yes, and more yes. But this is the warning. You yourself will try to take yourself out with your thoughts. Or like I said, more than likely other people, well, why would you want to do? Here's what the kind of words you might hear. Why would you want to do that? Well, that's not a great idea. Oh, you've tried that before. Oh, isn't that cute that you want to do that? Oh, that's neat, but here's an idea I have for you. Oh, I wouldn't do it that way. Oh, who do you think you are? You only take the thoughts that serve you, and you get rid of the ones that don't, and you let them go. So yourself can, all those things I said, you can say to yourself too. Don't hear it. You have 16 seconds to say thank you very much, goodbye. Thank you very much, goodbye. You're going to see the contrast in your thoughts, and you know which ones are Emperor thoughts, and you know which ones are lack thoughts. The lack ones come, because then we see the contrast. So instead of being hard on yourself, you are human, those thoughts come. You can wallow in it, or you can say, that's not how an emperor would create his empire. He would say, thank you very much, those don't serve me, goodbye. If I could say anything. Okay, a couple more doorways for us on how we're going to move forward. And yeah, you know what? Any of us can be saying, I am open and ready to receive safely. Thank you. And then see what comes up for you. Right now, 3 doorways want to come up. This is the patience doorway. You have had a lot of patience. You've felt like things are not happening for you. It's been a long time coming, especially if you're in the spiritual world, if you work in this, but anytime. Well done. A little more patience is needed. A little more patience is coming. A little bit more of pushing through, and it'll come. And then this is the Eastern Palmistry door. This does not mean, if there's a single person on here that's been wondering if they should be looking at palmistry, then this answer is yes, obviously. But it could also mean time to move into a little bit more of that esoteric world. A little bit more exploring of tarot cards, a little bit more exploring of oracle decks, a little bit more exploring of channeling, whatever divinity you're drawn to. Are you drawn to hedge witch? Are you drawn to crystals? Are you drawn to wands? Are you drawn to energy work? Any type of that kind of divination work. If you've been wondering if you should dabble in learning about it or find, then this answer is yes. And then finally, the last doorway we're going to go through today is a note on love. And so for those watching on TikTok or those that are watching the replay on YouTube, there's a twofold meaning to this doorway. So just let me pull and see. I need 2 more to confirm that. Yeah, so this is meaning for some of you, you need to open the doorway to love yourself again and move forward into what you're meant to grasp. It is really, really hard for us to offer ourselves to the world if we don't love ourselves. There are pieces of what we've done that we don't love. That's just normal. There are people I love. I often tell my son, I love you, but there are many days I don't like you. That's just normal. But there are pieces of yourself that you don't love anymore, and you need to open the doorway to loving yourself because the world is waiting for you. But there's also a few of you here, and inevitably tarot readers always get about love, that you've closed your heart off to love. And what it's saying is it's time to start opening those doors again. It is time because you are ready to receive it. You are ready for it and you deserve it. All right, I'm going to pull a couple more. Yeah, if you guys could see my cards, I am the least organized tarot reader out there. I think it takes me half an hour to clean up my desk after. Okay, we're going to go through, I believe, I don't know, the dragons will tell me. Possibly, I heard 5, so we'll see if one more comes out. Yeah, so there's change coming. 5 words are going to step us into change through this new moon, into Lionsgate. If you don't know about Lionsgate and you love astrology, then I'd say go read about it because it's pretty freaking huge and awesome. If you're not into that, then don't worry about it. Just know the big energy is coming. But if you want to hear your roar on August 8th, go do it. Not doing yes or no tarot today. That's a little bit more in depth, but I can pull you a card around what the dragons are saying about that. It's not necessarily a yes or no, but there's definitely some energy there. I do yes or no tarot, but I'm not doing that today. I'll teach that to you guys one day if you have tarot decks. It's a beautiful way to get some clarity. So the energy around your permanent residency, this is not a yes or no, so I know that's what people want, is there's something new coming in, so be strong, and a whole new opportunity is coming. So if I had to say from these, because they're so positive, then I would say there's a very good possibility, yes. If not, the reason is because something even better is coming. I don't know what something better could be than a permanent residency card, but that's what I got because I don't have the time to do a yes or no. Okay, let's see the 5 cards that want to come up for us as we step into this new energy. Lionsgate's coming, roar it in. If you don't believe in astrology, then just roar yourself in on August 8th. It's time to move forward. So you have, right now, what are we at? Frick, my brain. 29th? You have a little bit over a week before August 8th. And so I always love the energy from new moon and moving forward. Now you get to step into change and create your world. What do you want to roar in? Start thinking about that in this next week. What do you want to step into? What is your strength and where do you want to go? So here we go. The dragons have me pull 5. This is where we're going to go, and then we'll go out with the dragon. Soul call. You have a soul calling. Can you see that? It is coming in. If you don't know what it is, you've been feeling the inklings. You've been feeling it. So don't go up here. Go into your truth space. It's going to bring change. If you're willing to be open to it, you're going to have to dance into some change. And we don't always love this, but it's time. It's time for change. Bring in some energy. Bring in some energetics. Snake woman means that you can dance this in. You can do things people might not always think you can. And integrate all pieces of you. You are uniquely you. It's time for integration of all the pieces that are you. And there's going to be a little bit of grieving. As you change, as you step into the new, it can feel great. But when you have a day of grief, don't be surprised. All right. May you all be blessed. I'm going to go now. The dragon said last card. Trust your intuition. Don't trust anything more than your own intuition because it will not steer you wrong. Be blessed, be blessed, be blessed, my friends.